Here we are, champion. At long last.
I was afraid you were going to let everyone else do your fighting.
Not at all. I am here to see order restored. What happens to you now is your own doing. You were never part of this circle, and I tolerated that. But in defending them, you've chosen to share their fate.
Knight Commander, I thought we intended to arrest the champion.
You will do as I command, Cullen.
No. I defended you when Thrask started whispering you were mad. But this is too far.
I will not allow insubordination. We must stay true to our path.
Whoa.
Andraste's dimpled butt cheeks.
You recognize it, do you not? Your lyrium, taken from the deep roads. The dwarf charged a great deal for his prize.
It seems a lot more sword-like than I remember.
All of you! I want him dead!
Sounds like a lightsaber.
Enough. This is not what the Order stands for. Knight Commander, step down. I relieve you of your command.
So even you realize now, Colin, that she's
My
gone.
Knight Captain falls prey to the influence of blood magic.
No!
You all have. You're all weak. Allowing the mages to control your minds, to turn you against me. But I don't need any of you. I will protect this city myself.
So that explains why she's gone increasingly mad over the years.
You'll have to go through me.
Idiot boy. Just like all the others.
She's lost it, just like Bartrand.
And all the other Templars seem to have run away, or what?
Blessed are those who stand before the corrupt and the wicked. And do not falter!
Alright then, Meredith. Let's do this. Whoa. And Colin is assisting us. That's nice. And I was just drained of my entire mana supply. Well, she is a Templar, I guess. I should probably keep my distance then. Okay, we can do this. She might have a big weapon, but she's just one and Carver shows up. Happy to see you. Be careful, bro. But yeah, she might have a powerful weapon, but she's still just one human. We can do this.
Maker, your servant begs you for the strength to defeat this evil.
Oh God, her eyes. Whoa. I wonder to what degree she's still human. Oh shit! That's definitely bad. Hi? This is not good. Okay, this is distinctly more of a problem. And then maybe it's not that hard to defeat as I initially thought. Okay, you know what? I think we can deal with him. Whoa! Oh, and Isabella shows up too to assist. Yeah, I doubted that was going to stun her, but extra damage is always good. She's probably gonna wake the other one up. Yep. Well, bring it then. The other one was not hard to defeat. It's already stunned. Or whatever that thing is called. Are there any more of those statues you can animate? Well, I get... Oh... Shit. Yeah. Seems like she's... pretty much... Awakening the entire courtyard. Ow. Oh god. Now they're over there too. In fact, now that I think about it, there's plenty of statues in here. This is not good. Oh god! Supply of man! Oh wait! Bad statue! We have to kill these things before we get overwhelmed. Oh shit, take cover! That's not taking cover. Oh, now they're coming down from the walls. That's just fantastic. Oh shit! Where did you come from? Fuck! We're just getting overwhelmed here. Come on, we can do this. It'll take more than a couple of ugly statues to defeat us, right? Right? Now they're waking up too. Great, just great. Oh shit! Oh shit! Hi!
Enough that they make innocents suffer. No! We must also have insult added to injury. Spare the mages. Give them freedom. And they will use it to tear down everything we hold dear. No. No, it cannot be allowed. I will stop it. Do you hear me, champion? I will defeat you.
So you say. But you're dying and you're running out of statues.
You will go.
You're out of minions. And you're almost out of life. All of you! Pull back! That's not pulling back!
Why is this taking so long? Can one so evil truly be so powerful?
And Evelyn's still pouncing on her.
Please tell me what I must do.
Wait a minute. Severin? Even you popped up? Well, I'm not gonna complain.
What if this is all madness? No. I must remain vigilant.
That's what you say, isn't it?
I will not be defeated.
You... what?
Hate your humble servant.
Lyrium overdose. Fatal, isn't it? Oh no, wait. Wait, is she shifted into another form? She isn't. Is she? She is, isn't she? She's gonna... No, wait, I think she might be dead. No, mate, maybe she's... Huh? Is it... I think she is dead. Is she? I think she is. I think we did it. I think she is dead.
Word of the slaughter spread quickly. The champion's name became a rallying cry, a reminder that the mighty Templars could be defied. He had defended the mages against a brutal injustice, and many lived to tell the tale. The circles rose up and set the world on fire. More Templars arrived at Kirkwall to restore order, but we were already long gone. We vanished into the hills, and circumstance eventually forced us all to leave the champion's side. Well, all of us except for Meredith. You still hear the stories, of course. With each telling they grow, even if at the core remains the truth. A new legend had been born. So that's it. That's the whole story.
Then Meredith provoked the circle. She was to blame.
Or that damned idol was. Or Anders. Take your pick.
Even so, had the champion not been there...
It might never have even gone that far.
I see.
So how is hearing all this going to help? You've already lost all the circles. In fact, haven't the Templars rebelled as well? I thought you decided to abandon the Chantry to hunt the mages.
Not all of us desire war, Varric. Please, if you know where the champion is, you must tell me.
He is a hero. A man that the mages would listen to. Someone who was there at the beginning.
The champion could stop this madness before it's too late. He may be the only one who can.
Is that what this is all about? In that case, I wish I could help you.
Just tell me one thing, then. Is the champion dead?
Though, I doubt that.
Then you are free to go, Varric. May the Maker watch over you during the dark times ahead of us.
Same to you, Seeker. Same to you.
So, did you...
Gone. Just like the Warden.
That is no coincidence.
What?
So, do we proceed with the original...
Liliana?
Or keep looking?
She's part of this.
It is in the Maker's hands now. We put our faith in him.
Then. Well, folks, that was Dragon Age 2. And I must say, I actually liked this game. No, some didn't, but I liked it. And I agree to some of the criticism that have been put to the game. But I'll get to that in a minute. First, what I liked about the game. What I liked. Let's just talk about them as they come to mind. The music. I like the music. The music was very good. Orchestral music. I really like orchestral music. But very often, orchestral music can be so bland. It gets very generic. It can still be good. But afterwards, you just sit there and... What was that I just heard? But this was something that I actually had to listen to outside of the game. It was good. And the story was very good. I liked it. I also liked the whole... It's a very different fantasy story. I mean, usually it's something about go here to collect the MacGuffins and then go defeat the Big Bad. like in the last game. Go collect allies, kill a dragon. You win. Here it was very different. It was smaller story, maybe. It's not so epic in scale, but it's very different, and I like that. It still had an epic conclusion and all that, but... well... I wouldn't even call Meredith the big bad, though she was an antagonist. As Varric points out, there were many people responsible, and many people had something to do with this. So... I also like the new spell system, or skill system actually. Unlike the other where I ended up with so many spells, I was just picking them when I leveled up just to pick something. I just had so many spells, I didn't even know what I could do with them in the end. Here it was that you had fewer spells that you could then upgrade and improve upon, and I like that. Same with the warrior and stuff like that. And I like that. Made it much more... it made it more simplistic. In a good way. It made it more... easier to figure out. And... also like the rewind difficulties where normal isn't handing me my ass to me and easy isn't making me fall asleep. That was a necessity, I would say, from the other game. It was too hard on normal and too easy on easy. But here, it was more balanced, and I like that. What else? I also like there was more ambiguity in the moral scenarios. It wasn't clear-cut who was right and who was wrong. I had my opinions, and of course some of you will probably disagree with those. And I think that's part of the game, part of the experience. This is not a game people are meant to agree upon. I can say that much. This is not something we're meant to reach a conclusion. This is a game that's bound to spark discussion and debate and disagreements. It's hard to say who's right. And that's just about it. What I want to point out what I really like. Also like the combat. Had to try figuring it out in the start. But after that, after I got used to it, it was very good. I liked it. I also liked that mages now get finishers and better attack animation and stuff like that. Feels good to be a mage. Now, for some of the criticism of the game, some have criticized that it all takes place in one city, and actually I like that. That you had a central location. It also allows you to care for the location itself. I mean, in Origin, for example, the only places I really cared for was the Tower and Denerim, because I knew those places. I kinda cared for them. Awesome, Brazilian Forest. It was just all, oh hi, you got problems? Yeah, here, let me go stab something. There, okay, pay, thanks. Coming to the war? Good to hear it. Bye. And I think in this case, it made me care about the city itself and actually want to defend it. Which is very important when you're going to rise to the position of champion of Kirkwall. And the reuse of environments and, well, there are of course central locations that you constantly visit, that's right, and there are a lot of reuse, the same warehouses, the same mines, the same caverns, stuff like that with different locked doors and stuff like that. And I don't mind that some of them are the same, because honestly they're just a backdrop for small scenarios. But yeah, in some cases, yeah, there should have been more variety. The one I noticed most was the generic cavern and the generic mines, those were the ones that popped up the most. And generic warehouse. Other places didn't need that many different stuff. For example, the deep roads, I was only down there 2 times, so it didn't really need to look that different. But yeah, a few more varied ones, and nothing against the reused environments, but a few more varied ones could have helped. Now, what else has there been? Well, I also agree there were some holes. For example, Alice there didn't seem to recognize the fact that one of his best friends had completely vanished in thin air some time ago. But they acknowledged that in the end, so I suspect that was just a flagging error. And there were some flagging errors here and there. Happens. I understand that. Minor mistakes. And there were, I only noticed very a few bugs. That with the whole fuse sound, it didn't bother me that much, but it was there. I think what there was some signs that the game was rushed. I agree with that, and the developers have agreed with that. And another criticism, of course, the enemy reinforcement. I already pointed out sometimes it's like they get beamed down from a starship, or when they jump down from a roof, that's just ridiculous. And other times it seems sensible enough. So that was a bit of, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Needed to spend a little more time on that. And there seems to be a common trend with Bioware games, where there's something that is like cut off or not there because of time issues. And I think what Bioware needs to do is take the Blizzard/Valve approach and wait with releasing the game until it's finished. They earned our confidence and trust, so they should be able to pull it off. And they are good at making games. I will not deny that. They just need to give themselves a little more time. Maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's EA pushing them. I wouldn't put that past them. I don't know. But yeah. So what anything else I should address? No. Well, if there's anything else you want my opinion on, just ask. Your comments are, as always, welcome. And I say you have been a very mature audience. Not that I feared you wouldn't be, but, you know, there has been some discussions over this game that has been ugly, to say it, put it mildly. And I'm happy to say that you can be proud of yourself. We had our discussions and we had our disagreements on different subjects. But we could always talk about it, and I like that. I really like that. You may not agree with my opinions, and I may not agree with yours. But we can at least respect each other's opinions, and I like that. So, hats off for you. So, is there anything else? I think I've pretty much addressed it all. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there's DLC coming out of this game at some point. I'll probably wait until, I don't know, maybe there's some Dragon Age 2 Ultimate Edition that's coming out at some point. So I'll probably wait for it until I can get it all cheap. So yeah. This has been Cobra, and this has been Let's Play Dragon Age 2 Blind. See you around, folks.